Hello once again. Today I'm gonna talk more about Google Trends. This time I'm gonna talk about the weather in Ontario. Now you've been noticing snow is back, so yes, it is once again it is another time for snow and winter time. Which is interesting considering how everyone thought spring was already coming, but I'm sure it will come later on in the upcoming days or weeks or so. And if you've been paying attention, the groundhogs in Canada and in the United States say spring is coming soon, considering they saw their shadows after being forced to wake up from sleeping. So, probably the reason why there's snow coming to Ontario is because there's already like a similar storm in the New York City. It's been snowing so much that apparently schools have to shut down. Well, it's not just Ontario as well. If you look closer in Nova Scotia, the snow has piled up so high, that it feels understated to say that it is a state of emergency right now. Who knows how long the shoveling will take to get rid of it all, and when warmer weather will come so that it will all eventually melt. So yeah, you can see the weather is being bipolar and that it is basically fluctuating back and forth. So they're not all related to climate change or global warming is a different matter, or maybe it's just how normally seasons go in general. So yeah, always if you live on a driveway, you should always remember to use your shovels and shovel the driveway and use the salt. Or if you're lucky, use the lawnmower. No, the snow machine that will basically be used to get rid of snow like a wood chipper. Now, the second thing I want to talk about Google Trend concerns once again involving the conflict in the Middle East. No, there is no middle ground now between either the Jews and the Palestinians. Either you support either side or risk being criticized by the other. If you look at Australia, there is now a very particular nasty doxxing case. Now, if you don't know what doxxing is, it is the action of basically publishing people's personal information online so that they get exposed to online trolls and harassment. In this case, the Palestinians are doing the doxing. They are now targeting the Jews. So once again, seems like the government have no choice but to introduce some laws, that may be necessary to reduce this kind of behavior. But anyway, this just shows the conflict getting out of hand, and it becomes very hard to find a middle ground, even if you feel sympathetic to both sides at all. It's hard to tell between the line whether or not it's freedom of speech or trolling/harassment. Or who is to be faulted here, the Jews or the Palestinians at all? Or like who is at fault or who is doing wrong here? That should everyone be guilty, or that only certain actors should only be guilty at all? So yeah, look, whether or not this can be solved, no one can be sure. But there is a guarantee that this type of behavior will continue in the future, and I'm sure no amount of laws can ever prevent that from happening, as well intentioned as it can be. Well, hopefully everyone can hope that this could all end one way or another, but that seems very far-fetched now. Seems this war will seem to be drag on for a certain definite amount of time. So yeah, that's all for today. Thank you.